Good win. Good win. You know, Utah State is a really tough matchup because they shoot so many threes, and anytime you shoot as many threes as they do, they're never really out of the game. So proud of us to be able to come back after a pretty dismal defensive first quarter, and I think we allowed 13, 13, and 14 in the next quarter. So just we needed to lock in, and there was a lot of talk at halftime about getting a little closer to the shooters and playing personnel a little better. I thought Kim Villalobos had a great defensive game and was kind of anchoring us down. I thought AD did a great job in the low post, taking away their post player because she hurt us up there. We did a good job. And then Erin did everything she could defensively. I mean, they're getting better. We're watching film and growing, and we're preparing for the tournament, like she said. We hope that we can win the next four, but really we're just trying to get better every time we're together.
Kim's in double figures for now, the fifth straight game, gets her second double-double this season, 15th, I think, of her career. Just what have you seen from her as we're starting to come down the stretch here in terms of stepping forward with her game?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit more consistency in her game, and she's been efficient with the shots she's taking. And that's been the key. She's shooting a high percentage. She's shooting shots that she works on. But I actually am challenging her to do more for us. I talked to her about being our quarterback and getting the ball inside out sometimes because we need Erin and Nat to make threes for us to be successful at a high rate, high level. So she has to rebound, defend, score, and share the ball. So, but most importantly, I think she's been on this role because she's taken good shots and she's been really efficient with them.
I asked Erin about being in double figures for the first time since non-conference play. Just what has her senior presence meant to this team? And then what does it say about her being able to step up when needed this game?
Two things. She was ready for her moment. She addressed it when she spoke to you. She does the same thing, and she outworks everybody. Well, her and Nat probably work as hard. But she's always in the gym, always putting up shots, always ready. And I've actually been telling her she needs to shoot it more. I think she turns down shots. So she just stepped up today, and I'm hoping that she'll get that confidence and it'll take her over to the next couple games. However, she has gotten better defensively. She's made a really good effort to defend, and when she can defend, she can stay on the floor to get those opportunities to score.
Utah State came out with a full court press immediately. Were you expecting that?
Yeah, that's how they play. What I wasn't expecting is for us to beat it and them taking off so quickly. I was hoping that we could score out of their press a little bit more, but that's what they do. They want to press, they want to play fast and shoot threes, but we were able to get Nat torched them. We were getting to the rim, layups, Naomi, so they came out of their press.
Erin can't be 100% with that knee. I'm just wondering, what percentage do you think are close that she was to what she used to?
I don't know because she tore it so quick in her campaign here as an Aztec, but she's working tirelessly to get back to that. Her shot obviously hasn't been affected at all, but I think she's getting better with her lateral quickness. She's focusing on her defense. She's getting better every game. I think you'll see her continue to improve there.
Today, you guys had a couple of, foul troubles. I guess there was a specific moment when Nat got her third foul, and you pulled her aside, and we're like, so I was just wondering, what did you tell her?
I said the same thing to her as I said to a couple of them. I mean, they were driving right, getting downhill, and we were swiping down. We just need to go straight up and make them make a tough two over us. We need to be a little bit more disciplined in those moments because they normally result into and ones. So just talking about just being poised and disciplined defensively and making them earn it.
You forced 21 turnovers. 9 of the 11 players that were in the game today had steals. Just speak to how you're seeing that defensive side of the ball come together down the stretch here.
We are, the top half, if not number one, you can correct me, defensively in some categories. We've really made an emphasis there. And I was disappointed in our first quarter because we just gave up too much. So, we play defense as a unit. They are a three-point shooting team, so we had to get a little closer to them, and they drove. We're just really focusing in on the team concept of when we drive and we shrink, we get in gaps, we get out when they're shooters, and they're just following directions really well, and I thought we did a good job. I mean, we're holding people in the 60s, sometimes the 50s. You give ourselves a good chance to win.
And how does that translate over onto the offense? Because, Ronnie kind of leading the charge, getting to the basket in the first quarter, and then Naomi gets 9 of her points in the fourth quarter.
You'll see in our losses that's something that's plagued us. We haven't had any fast break points. So we were able to run on their turnovers, which I think we scored 20 points in the first half off their turnovers. So we need to create some easy baskets for us because we don't always get those. This is a very good league and a lot of great defensive coaches, and we know each other inside and out. So if we can create some easy ones, we're always going to be better off for it.
Coach, only 5 games left in the regular season. How important and crucial will this win for conference play and heading into the postseason?
It's a great question, and it's very crucial because we're still fighting for a bye. Last year we had to play 4 games in 4 days, and we just ran out of gas. So we're still in the mix. There's a lot of us clumped up into that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 area. So we need to do what we need to do and handle our business and win our games. And hopefully if we do that, we'll be able to get that bye going into the conference tournament.
How much do you do as a staff as far as, scoreboard watching, keeping up on what's going on around the conference? And, how do you prevent the team from, maybe getting caught up too much and looking at that themselves as the players?
I watch it all the time. Before the game, I was watching Boise and Fresno State because we're all in the mix. Who won that game?
Fresno.
Oh, great. So I'm always paying attention to that because the bye is important. I don't think the girls pay attention to it. They know that the bye is important, but again, if we have to play 4, we'll play 4. We're just ready to get going and get better.
Then, your freshman squad, how have they improved from start to now?
They're still improving. But what Erin said, they get in the gym. Nat is the first in the gym. She's always putting shots up. Naomi has a levity and a goofiness, a wonderful goofiness about her that just brings light to the team, and they all love it. Bailey and Kaylin, we just have a good group of 4 that really enjoy playing with each other. They're just good kids.
Erin, you scored in double figures for the first time since the non-conference campaign. Just speak to what you did to be ready to step up when the moment called for today.
Yeah, I think it's just the work I do in between the games, just making sure I'm always feeling confident and ready, getting shots up before the game, and just preparing for every game the same.
You seem to be the spark plug going into the fourth quarter. Just take me through kind of that mindset.
Yeah, I think I hit 1 or 2 in the third quarter, and my teammates were looking for me, so they did a great job of finding me, and then we kind of had the momentum going in, so yeah.
We're coming to the end of the season, right? I guess, how have you seen, the freshman squad, have an impact so far this season?
Oh, yeah, they have a huge impact. They bring not only, points, assists, all that, but they also bring great energy every day to practice, outside of practice and everything, so I just think they've had a really huge impact on us.
What did it feel like to get those 2 at the end of the third quarter? Get you guys on a bit of a roll?
Yeah, it felt good. Once I hit those 2, I think we were all feeling pretty confident. We got a little bit of a lead. So, yeah, again, we had the momentum going into the fourth, and it was pretty fun.
What were the biggest things that changed defensively for the team? Utah State made 63% of their shots in the first half. How did you shut them down in the second?
Yeah, that was a big emphasis at halftime. And, once we saw that they were hitting those threes, we kind of had to adjust and, get up on them closer. And, again, we talked about it at halftime a lot. So I think that was just one of our emphases going into the second half.
This was a game where it seemed like there were a few opportunities Sdsu had to really put the pedal down and run away with it. It didn't happen until the fourth quarter. Just speak to the resiliency and staying with it before finally closing out.
Yeah, it was really close to half, and I think coming out of halftime we knew we had to take a bigger lead to close the game, and we didn't get it until the fourth. But again, I think it's because of the momentum. Our defense was starting an offense, and we had a lot of good transition points going into the fourth quarter.
For the last 5 games of the season, with this included, are against teams that you're above in the standings. Just speak to how the team's approaching closing out the regular season so you can be in the best form going into the conference tournament.
Yeah, we're just really preparing for the tournament now and wanting to win these last 4 games to get the momentum going. And, we prepare for every game the same regardless of who it's against. So I think this win really got us going. So hopefully we'll win the next 4 going into the tournament.
Just how cool is it as a defense when 9 of the players have steals in the game?
Yeah, that's awesome. It just also shows how deep we are as a team. So to have that many people on the board like that, it's cool.